This question comes from Laura, who asks, let's say one day, for some mysterious reason, the Earth just stops spinning. No warning, no slowdown, just a sudden, complete stop. What happens next? Well, this would be a jaw-dropping experience. Imagine you're standing outside, sipping your coffee, when suddenly, bam! The entire planet's surface slams to a stop, but you don't. Why? Because even though the Earth has stopped, everything on it is still moving at over 1,600 kilometers h, 1,000 at the equator. That means buildings, cars, oceans, and yes, you will go flying eastward at the speed of a commercial jet. Cities would be instantly shredded as anything not bolted to the bedrock gets launched into the air like popcorn in a microwave. Water doesn't just stop moving because the ground does. The oceans would behave like a massive spilled drink, except instead of a puddle, we'd have mile-high tsunamis wiping out coastlines and pushing deep inland. The Atlantic. It's now flooding the Americas. The Pacific. Say goodbye to most of Asia. And that's just the start. Ever been hit by a strong gust of wind? Now imagine that gust is moving as fast as a jet plane. Since Earth's atmosphere was spinning along with it, the moment the planet stops, the air keeps moving. Result? Global superstorms. Winds faster than any hurricane tear across the land. Buildings? Gone. Trees? Ripped out like weeds. People? If you aren't underground, well, let's just say you'll be experiencing flight without a plane. Without rotation, the Earth's equator would no longer bulge outward like it does now. Over time, the planet would shift back to a more perfect sphere. That means water and land near the equator would start migrating toward the poles, creating a new supercontinent in the middle and massive, unrecognizable oceans. The places where billions of people live today, mostly underwater. The moon relies on Earth's rotation to keep our tides steady. With no spin, the moon's gravitational pull becomes erratic, causing extreme tidal waves and possibly even dragging the moon closer over millions of years. If it gets too close, well, let's just say the sky would get really, really bright for a few seconds before things go downhill. Half the planet would face constant sunlight, turning into a blazing hot desert. The other half? Permanent darkness and freezing cold, like Antarctica but worse. Earth's magnetic field could collapse, meaning we'd get fried by cosmic radiation. Basically, survival would be difficult. So, could we survive? Technically, yes, if you were underground or in a specially reinforced shelter when it happened. The good news? Earth isn't stopping anytime soon. The bad news? Now you have a new nightmare to think about before bed. Sleep tight.